What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. And today, I am not joined by anybody. Never happens here. We never have guests on the Beer Patrol. It just, wait, there is somebody. Is he over here? Yeah, he's over here. So today I'm joined by a good friend of mine, fellow BeerTuber, Kyle from No Hype Beer Reviews, although all the reviews are hyped. What's going on, buddy?
I'm glad you invited me on to do a hyped beer. So thank you.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, no, this is happening. So the hype beer that Kyle is talking about, it comes from the Tree House Brewing Company. They're, of course, headquartered in Charlton, Massachusetts, right? They have their Deerfield location, a couple other locations in Massachusetts. They have a Connecticut location, but pretty much Charlton. And this is their peanut butter coconut quadruple shot. So this is their quad shot, which is what? Basically just a huge Imperial Coffee Stout.
Yep.
And this one adds powdered peanut butter and toasted coconut, which Kyle and I were talking off camera. And both of us love peanut butter and we love coconut, and especially toasted coconut. So 11.2% alcohol by volume, no IBUs, like pretty much everything from Treehouse. And at the time review, I don't know exactly how old this bottle is. Now, here's the thing. It says keep cold, enjoy fresh. There is literally no bottled on date on this bottle. So I don't know how fresh it is, but I did pick it up at the brewery on August 20th. It was a Friday. It was 19th or 20th. So I would say at the oldest, this is probably like 3 months old, but probably closer to 2. Because I think this came out a couple days before I went there. So we'll say around 2 months old. So we should be fine. It's coffee, bunch of adjuncts, whatnot, but it shouldn't matter. So what are your thoughts, Kyle, going into this one, huh?
Well, to build up literally what you're just saying, I think their stouts hold up pretty well. So yeah, I'm not worried about the time on it. Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. Like we're talking about off camera. I love peanut butter. I love coffee. I love big stouts. I love coconut. But I am super curious about peanut butter and coconut together. I know you had said that you've had the dessert that they're mentioning on their bottle that has all those ingredients together. I don't think I have. So I really can't think of something I've had that had coconut and peanut butter together. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah.
Awesome. And thank you for coming back. So, of course, everyone go check out Kyle, No Hype Beer Reviews. I will post a link to his channel into the description box like I always do for anybody that either sends me stuff or we do reviews like this. But I will also post a link, if I remember, I'm old, I forget, to the Quadruple Shot review that him and a bunch of other friends of ours and other BeerTubers did at the 2021 BeerTuber Palooza, hosted by another good friend of ours, fellow BeerTuber, Matt over at Massive Beer Reviews. But if I remember, I'll post that because we've had the base of this beer. Yes. It was friggin' delicious. So our thought process going into this is you have that beer, and now you're adding 2 adjuncts that we both enjoy. Yes. If we don't, at the very least, like this, if not love it, I'm going to be surprised. Yes. So we're going in with preconceived notions based on things that have happened recently. So anyway, let's crack this one open, get it into the glass. We both have the Willie Belcher glass. Oh, hashtag proper glassware, daddy. That dude, I cracked that, smell it right from the get-go. It smells awesome. It smells so fucking good. Jesus Christmas. It does. All right, give it a pour. Yeah, pouring out like motor oil because
it's so thick.
I'm only gonna pour like half a glass. I'm not trying to get drunk on camera, or maybe I am. Who knows?
I'm gonna cap this and I'm gonna enjoy it for a while.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna drink this tomorrow during football. The rest of it.
You weren't lying, man. That is a thick beer.
Yeah, that is. It's crazy, and there is legs for days on the glass. Like it's staining the glass. The frig. Yeah, crazy looking. Yeah, I love that your head has, like, I poured it a little bit softer so I didn't generate a huge head, but it's still sticking around what I am generating. So
yeah.
So yeah,
it's like ABV.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, especially given the ABV and the fact that it has adjuncts, I didn't think there'd be much head at all. Like I kind of associate coconut with a head killer.
And coconut oil, right? Like it usually just kills the head. So the fact that yours is holding up and mine is when I swirl back. Pretty cool. But it's jet black, it's pitch black, motor oil. Yours has about a finger of a really dark brown head, looking super creamy, way better than mine. But yeah, maybe it's the way we washed our glasses too. Who knows? I don't know. Let's get a nose on it. Yeah, it smells fucking dynamite. Holy shit, dude. So I get the peanut butter is definitely just like punching me in the nostrils big time.
It is mostly peanut butter for me, yeah. And then some dark chocolate.
It kind of has, like, I don't know if they have like dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups, but like if they existed, it'd be like that.
Yes, exactly.
I'm starting to get the coconut as it opens up, but it's still like underneath that peanut butter and chocolate significantly.
I'm still in the looking for it phase.
The coffee's there, but I don't think it's as prominent nearly as much as in the regular
No.
quad shot where we're talking about like, coffee ice cream and this and that. And it's just like, nah, no, I'm getting it. Like there's a nice roasted kind of coffee quality that differentiates itself from like a roasted malt quality. So I can tell that it's the coffee, not the base beer.
Yeah. And I think a little bit of that dark chocolate I'm getting is being helped by the coffee element.
Yeah.
I am finally getting a little bit of coconut. Yeah. Okay. I am, and it's reminding me of coconut water actually. Like if you want to try to be like as specific as possible, the kind of coconut I'm getting is a little bit like coconut water.
So you said that in when we were at reference the BeerTuber Palooza because you said that on when I brought the Mortalis beer that they did, which was coffee, coconut, and chocolate, and you said the same thing. Like the finish when you were drinking it was like coconut water. For me, this honestly, here's the thing. I'll start this prefacing by saying that it's not sickly sweet in the nose. I don't feel like it's over sweet in the nose, but it's like you took the flavors of like a dark chocolate Reese's cup, mixed it with a Mounds bar, and then took, and I don't know if you've ever had these, Kyle, because these are typically in Canada, but like if you're in areas that border Canada, Coffee Crisp. You ever have Coffee Crisp, the actual chocolate bar? It's like you took all three of those chocolate bars and you just mixed them up and just dumped them in here, but not without that sweet, like confectionery sugar aspect. Just the flavors.
The taste is where we're gonna see that sweetness because you're right. The aroma,
Yes.
it is not that sweet of a beer. I am getting more coconut now.
As it warms up in the glass.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it's still for me majority peanut butter.
As I keep on going back and it warms up and it opens up, it's making my mouth water, but it's opening up slightly with the sweetness, but it's not like I said confectionery. It's more of like a decadent, rich kind of sweetness on the nose, where like it's a sophisticated sweetness, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like those candy bars I was talking about. It's more like in the realm of like, something like a rich dessert of some sort, or maybe like those. See, I remember those peanut butter chocolate balls, the coconut balls being like that, like rich. You only wanted one or two, but not like crazy sweet, like a confectionery, like candy bar. So I don't know. The nose is fucking awesome. Let's get in the taste because there's not, unless you can pull anything else. Like
I don't want to because I want to taste it. So
yeah, let's go. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Holy shit, dude! Oh my god, dude! This fucking beer's so good. It is so fucking good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now here's the thing. It is a little bit boozy. A little bit of booze on the back of palate. I don't fucking give a shit. No fucks given. Absolutely right now. Oh my god.
I tell you what. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do what you're doing right now. That first sip, like almost overwhelming in a good way.
Yeah.
It's so thick. It's not like maple syrup syrupy, but it's so thick. It's approaching some syrup. It's got sweet, like I said, like the aroma is not where we're gonna get the sweetness. It's gonna be in the beer itself, tasting it. Good level of sweetness in the taste, and then you are getting these big flavors that you're supposed to. But like I wasn't ready for it. Is I guess kind of what I mean. Like in terms of being overwhelmed is why I need to take a second sip.
Yeah, while you do that, I'm gonna talk about my experiences with the first 3 sips I took. So I totally agree. That first sip was like, here's the thing. Spoilers. Go check out Kyle again. I'll say it again because we just got done reviewing from the Brotherton Brewing Company, the Rasmanian Devil Goza, which is a raspberry goza brewed by a friend of ours, Joe, former BeerTuber. And that was like a beer just to kind of get us prepared for this 4%, nothing big. We drank that in like a half an hour, 45 minutes. We chatted. But I think drinking that beer and then just chilling out and come back with this beer, my palate, like yours, was not ready, even with the aroma, for the explosion of flavor that hit my palate, and it came in like waves.
Yes.
Like, and I went back. My third sip specifically, I took a baby sip, like I'm Sean over at Nerd Sense. You know, like one of the little baby sips he takes. Yeah, Sean, I know you take baby
Well,
sips.
he's smaller,
He's
so
smaller,
all his
so
sips are baby
it's the
sips.
proper ratio for him. I totally get it.
It's
No, but
perfectly proportional, though.
yeah, proportioned perfectly. No, but I took the little bit of like just maybe like a half ounce of sip or something because I wanted it to sit on my palate and see if what you were saying about like it being syrupy was true. And I feel like when you take a big sip, it's a little bit like take a smaller sip. It's like almost like it is kind of like maple syrup on your palate, like just a little bit of like maple syrup. The body is it is full on bodied without question. The mouthfeel is like Tree House. It has that smooth, velvety, like creamy aspect. And that's without talking about the flavors. It's fucking crazy. So you went back into kind of acclimate your palate to what you were hit with on that first taste. So what do you get now?
First thing I'm going to say is the coffee is the hero of this beer.
Yes.
Because it is really providing, I hate to use the word balance for this beer, but like it is bringing it back into beer world, into not too sweet world, not too desserty. It's kind of like if you're eating a dessert and then you take a sip of coffee, like it would kind of help neutralize some of the sweetness of the dessert. And that's what the coffee is doing this beer. I love the level of peanut butter and coconut. I love the chocolatiness. I do love the level of sweetness, but I think, and it's not overpowering, but that coffee, if that coffee wasn't in this beer, I think we're just talking about how it's a pastry stout. It's so sweet. And that coffee is really letting it has pastry elements, don't get me wrong, but it's really letting it still shine it's a beer first.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I feel like pastry stouts in this day and age, a lot of them have a tendency to just be full on confectionery sweetness without the nuances of the base beer and things to help provide a balance to it. And it's one of the things where like Treehouse knows what they're doing. So I feel like they knew what they were doing with this one. They had a great base to begin with, and they're like, all right, we'll throw some powdered peanut peanut butter in there and some toasted coconut. We'll see what happens. But they knew what they were doing, and you're right. And this tastes like I said, like in the aroma, like a sophisticated dessert, like something you'll eat. You'll sit there and say, man, that's rich. It's decadent, but it's not too sweet. It's not too much. Maybe drinking this entire bottle would be too much, but like in general, like what we poured, like half the bottle, I'm going to be happy drinking this and sipping on it. I think dude, next time I send you a beer mail, which we were talking about might be soon, I'm going to get some coffee crisp, a couple. I think they're vegan. They're vegetarian at the very least. Hopefully they're vegan. I'll send a couple over and see what you think about the coffee crisp, because I am getting a substantial like coffee crisp kind of vibe. And that's the cool thing about coffee crisp, the candy or the chocolate bar. It's one of those candy bars that aren't too sweet. Like you get the coffee in it, and it has like a sweeter coffee, but it's not crazy. And that's what I'm getting in here. And I did not get that in the regular quad shot. So it must be the addition of the peanut butter and coconut kind of giving me that vibe of more like a candy kind of sweetness. But I think everything's perfectly balanced. Like you said, the hero being the coffee right on, like it's stopping that stuff from just getting to a crazy level. I wouldn't say necessarily that this drinks like those peanut butter toasted coconut balls that I remember. Like again, that was a lot. That was like I said, 8 to 10 years ago. I had those, so I can't really say like, haven't had them since. But I just think it's a really, really tasty beer. Like that alcohol definitely hit me first sip. Again, I don't think we were prepared for it. But as I have taken 4 or 5 sips of this, I'm starting to acclimate my palate to it. So it's still, you can tell it's a big beer, but it's not getting in the way right now.
I get some warmth in the chest for sure. Yeah. So yeah, the alcohol, I agree about on the taste, and then a little bit of warmth. That aftertaste too is really nice. Like it's long, it lingers, and it's very chocolatey, but you still have some of the residual coffee. For me, it probably goes coffee, peanut butter, then coconut in terms of those adjuncts and what's lingering the most to least.
That's kind of what I got in the palate. Like in the front of the palate, I'm hit with that like roasted coffee, maybe a bit of the base, maybe a little bit. This is not as chocolate forward as I thought based on the nose. I thought, like we were talking about, it was more in the nose. There's like more chocolate. There's chocolate here. Don't get me wrong. It's just not as big as it was in the nose. That's kind of like the fourth player here, where in the nose, it was kind of like the second, or maybe even the first. It was big in the nose. Like you were saying.
You get more peanut butter than coconut. I just like the aroma. I do get more peanut butter than coconut though. Yeah.
In layers for me, I think there's a decent base beer here. Like there's a roasted malt quality, the sweetness carried on from it. But in order for me, it pretty much goes like roasted coffee at the beginning, roasted creamy coffee, then peanut butter hits, then coconut hits, and then the finish is in that order as well.
Yes.
Like mingling and intertwining. So listen, it's a great beer. We knew it was going to be a great beer. We had the base. We both like these adjuncts. Like pretty 100% confidence I knew I was going to enjoy this beer. To what level? And I think it's fucking up there. So since Kyle does not rate beers and hasn't typically, maybe here and there he's throwing an Untapped rating, but typically he doesn't. Kyle gets the rated beer on my channel, which I am super happy about because it's rare.
A lot of pressure.
Out of 5, Kyle, where does this land for you?
So we were talking, I think it was still off camera, that you had given the regular version of this beer a 4.75.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what.
So I'm gonna build off of that, and I'm gonna say this is a 4.8. Then I'm gonna say that this needs to be a little bit higher than that one.
You are a great individual. I love you. You're also son of a bitch because you just took my number. That's exactly that. So that's great minds think alike, as some people will say, but or maybe poor palates think alike. Either way you look at it, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like this builds on the base ever so slightly. There would be times I would pick the base over this, depending on my mood and what I want. Like let's say I just want a big sweet coffee stout. Like that would be my speed. If I want something that kicks it up a notch, makes it a little bit more complex and more to my speed, typically, it would be this beer. So totally 4.8 all around, both Kyle and I. And regardless if we give it a 4.8, a 4.4, a 5, a 4, just let it be known this is a fucking delicious beer.
It's a banger.
And I would imagine any of the quad shots, any of the variants they have, because they had a couple other, they had like a peanut butter banana one, but I went with this one because I was picking stuff up. Kyle said he didn't want anything from Tree House, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this mixed case. I'm gonna get him a bottle of this, and sure enough, he's like, I'll take it. And then he pays me for it.
You forced it a little bit more than
damn straight I did, and then you don't regret it. You don't regret it at all.
I don't. That's true.
That's right. That's true.
You will admit that you were pushy. I will admit I'm glad you were pushy.
Yeah. But I mean, when you go to Tree House, you gotta. If somebody wants something, you gotta be like, hey. You sure you don't want anything? Oh, no, I'm good. No, you know you want something. So I thought this was perfect because, again, I know what Kyle enjoys adjunct-wise. I know what I enjoy and lines up. So not much more to say about it. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Price point, I want to say this is a, 16.9-ounce bottle, I believe. Do they say anywhere?
They charge... Is it around $10?
No, this was 14. This was 14.
Was it that much more?
But even at 14, I would still pay that. Like I would, if I went to Tree House again, like if I was there next week and they had bottles of this, I would totally grab another couple bottles. That's that good. Availability, it's Tree House. Like I said, they have, I think, 4 or 5 locations in Massachusetts at this point. I think they have one in Connecticut. So if you're ever in the New England area, if you're ever in Massachusetts or Connecticut, you can get to one of their locations within I would say within a couple hour drive. You owe it to yourself. Like they always have stuff available. They typically have mixed cases and things like that. And their prices are a lot of people. So Dan over at FLX, good friend of ours, he was like, I was surprised when I saw how not crazy their prices were. I'm like, no, most of their stuff is $16 to $20 a 4-pack. Like they don't charge an absurd amount of money just because they're Tree House. Like
yes, yeah, exactly.
They do a pretty good job with it. So not much more to say other than if you're not subscribed to Kyle, and you like hype beer reviews, despite his name, go check out his channel. He does a lot of similar beers to me, but he also gets a lot of cool stuff from viewers that send him, all kinds of stuff, awesome stuff. Also, if you're into Bourbon County Stout and the variants and whatnot, every year he typically reviews them. So definitely check out his channel for that. Like I said, I'll post a link in the description box, both his channel and the Quad Shot review. So if you're gonna go see what we said, fair warning, we're at a bottle share. We're all getting an ounce to 2 ounces of that one. So it's kind of different doing this on a relatively fresh palate compared to a bottle share at the end of the night. But whatever, memories are memories. So appreciate you stopping by, Kyle.
Thanks for having me.
I always, and this is Kyle and I have been talking. We're probably going to try to do this once a month where we do a review for his channel, review for my channel, something like that. Because we get a lot of same distribution. He's in Albany. I'm in Buffalo, New York. So should be good. So anyway, when you come to the Beer Patrol, you know there's 20-minute videos. This is another one, but hopefully you watch to the end. If you do, post like Joe and Kyle, your palates are terrible in the comment section, and then I'll know you watched to the end. Once again, thanks to Kyle. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Did we talk about the? Yeah, we did talk about the ABV, right? We did say that we get warming. No, warming into the chest, and it wasn't really on the palate. So this is a beer that lets you know it's a big beer, but it doesn't get in the way. I don't know. I just thought we forgot it because we're drinking a big beer and I'm getting hammered. No, not really. Anyway, thanks again, Kyle. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.